What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Saphira Talks. Today, we're actually going to be talking about K pop and its influence on the world of Roblox. But first, I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of a backstory on myself to kind of explain why this is such an important topic to me personally. So starting off, I grew up in a military family. I always had one parent in the military at one time or another. And so when I was really young, my mother got stationed to Korea. Due to circumstances, I wasn't able to go with her, but when she did come back, there were a couple things I really vividly remember. One was the CDs she brought back, the snacks, and I believe the clothes as well. But so the CDs she brought back are what I really wanted to talk about. So they're by an artist named Boa. She's also a current member of Got the Beat. And so, for those of you who don't know who she is, in simple terms, she's kind of like the savior of modern K-pop. Without her, there wouldn't really be an industry. She kind of saved it when it was about to basically become extinct, as it was on the verge of doing. And so, if you don't really know who she is, um, or you don't really know much about her, I would actually recommend you guys look her up because she's got a really interesting story. But without her, we wouldn't have all these groups like aespa, Blackpink, BTS, Stray Kids. We wouldn't have any of them. But getting back to the actual topic, over time, I started to get more and more into K-pop and Asian culture as a whole, starting off with through CDs. Some of my best friends that I made in middle school and high school, they're um, of Asian nationalities as well, and so they listen to a lot of K-pop and things like that, and their parents were really big on inviting people over for food, and so over time I was just more and more introduced to that culture. I started watching a lot of K-dramas, which led me to look up the actors who ended up being part of groups and me listening to them, like GOT7 and groups like that. But getting on to the actual influence of K-pop in the Roblox world now, though. Um, so we have a lot of different genres of games. So one of the most popular genres that you'll find involving K-pop is going to be your dance studios. There are quite a few of those. There's a lot of drama between them, and which one's better. You'll find a lot of people argue about that. But my personal two favorites are One Motion's Dance Studio and RH's Dance Studio. So, starting off, One Motion has a very large selection of songs. Um, I found looking at a lot of them that it is one of the bigger selections that I've seen for any of them. I believe it's somewhere over to 2000 or something like that. I'm not quite sure what the number count is. But they also have a few English songs and a couple other languages as well. And then they also have a separate experience. It's guessing the K-pop songs and things like that for points. And so that one's pretty fun to do. I personally, I'm not very good at that one. A lot of the songs and things like that they have as for the guest scene aren't really ones that I personally listen to. I'm again I more so listen to Boa and Stray Kids and EXO, a lot of more male groups and old groups rather than Blackpink and stuff like that. But then going on, we also have RH Dance Studio, which is honestly, I think it's one of the most, if not the most popular of the dance studios and stuff on the platform. It's also got a pretty vast selection and it's got pretty clean animations. However, the ability to add tools and like build your own stages and switch between several maps is honestly what gives that particular game is such a superior edge. And this is really interesting because the community has taken a liking to that one so much that they use that game specifically a lot of the time to make dance video, like really detailed like videos, whether they're music videos based off of the actual K-pop idols or whether it's like dance competitions. They will spend hours building sets, rehearsing, and recording. Like it's the huge thing. Like you'll find like a bunch of videos and things like that released online on like YouTube and TikTok. Like if you just look up like Roblox K-pop groups, like there's a ton of them. Like it's absolutely insane how much work some of these creators and stuff put into these. And like yeah, I'll make like some shorts and TikToks and things like that with it, but I don't go nearly to the level that like some of these K-pop groups go to. And the downside of this game is unfortunately the drama. This one does have some of the biggest drama, but I think part of that is because it's so popular. You have so many people that consistently try to steal their game assets, so like all their animations and things like that. People will try and join like their build group or just the game in general and look into the settings and things like that and try to copy everything. And it's really sad that that it's come to that because it's happened so often that the studio developers they actually put in a script to block anyone like to block specific members and things like that that they know have stolen assets as well as anyone that becomes a member of these other groups games like the other groups that are using these assets. If you're part of that group, like if you try to join RH, like you're just going to be blocked from it. And the sad thing is not a lot of people, not everyone actually like knows about all these assets being stolen. Like they just go from one game to another and they're like, "Oh, this is really similar. I like this. It's really smooth just like this other game." But they're not seeing that it's actually the same asset and the same movements and stuff overall. And so they'll try to or like they'll be joining all these groups and then they'll go try and get into each other and they're like, "Oh, why can't I join? What did I do? Why am I blocked?" And I really don't think that a lot of the community like not everyone like pays attention to like the drama side of things. They just go into the games and so I don't think everybody really knows about the assets being stolen, which is really sad because when they go to get in, they can't. They get really confused and they're like, "What did I do?" When, on all honesty, it's not necessarily even their fault. It's just the game trying trying to protect itself from people that are potentially trying to steal its assets. And then we've also had official K-pop events in the platforms such as Blackpink, Twice, NCT 127, and TXT. Some of these are still available, like you can still go into Worlds, but most of them aren't. Twice Square, I believe, is gonna just stay up for quite a while. I don't know if that one's ever actually gonna be deactivated, but they host events and things like that regularly on there and for like UGC items, which fans and like UGC collectors alike go absolutely nuts for. Like they're actually like really decent UGC items. It's not so much as like you see all these free item games and things like that that'll put out new UGC weekly that like in all honesty they kind of all look the same just in different colors. But the UGC items from like these event games are going to be a lot different. They're a lot more unique. They're not just copy and paste with different colors. And then in addition to all these official events that we have, there's thousands of other K-pop experiences and things like that that are unofficial on the platform. You have ones that are like classic formats such as obbies and tycoons and like like the find the like the hide and seeks. You have those. There are more modern ones as well, such as you have the clubs, the Guess Who's, the pick one over the other. And then there's also, like, like fan made concerts, photo booths, and just, there's a lot of really unknown ones yet that, like, if you really search and, like, go through everything, there's a lot of them that just may or may not even be popular, may not have ever been visited. And then my group, Kingdom 890, we are thinking about making a K-pop badge walk as well for any of those that are interested in badge walks, or just having little faces of, like, the idols and things like that for your collection. We're thinking about doing one of those. But I think that pretty much covers it for this video. I don't really have a whole lot of time today. I'm kind of recording this one last minute, and so I actually need to go pretty soon here. But if there's anything I missed or any, like, drama or anything like that that you guys want to add, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Um, but that's gonna be it for today. Bye.